So you decided to join the military, and one of the things that you really want to do in life is travel. You want to go see the world and see all these different places, and you think the military is one of those ways that you can accomplish that. So in the military, do you actually get to travel a lot? So today I want to cover a quick little topic, and that is traveling and the military. Do you actually get to travel a lot in the military? If you want to travel in the military, which branch should you join? Because that is actually a big thing that people consider. Some people consider, I didn't personally consider it, but some people consider traveling as a big part of why they want to join the military, because they think if they do join the military that they're basically going to get to see the world. So is that actually true? And I will say for 100% certainty, if that is one of the super major reasons that you want to join the military, the branch in the military that you should join without a doubt is the Navy. Because in the Navy, the answer is yes, you are actually going to get to travel, you're going to get to see the world. Because if you go on a deployment on a ship, you're going to, on that ship, go to several different countries, right? You're going to, port at this country, you're going to be at sea for a little bit, you're going to port at another country, and whenever you are ported in, let's say just Japan or something, right? You're going to be there generally for a couple of days, or at least enough time to go off the ship, experience the culture or whatever, enough to where you can say, oh hey, I've been to Japan before, through the Navy. So if you're wanting to travel, if you're, that's one of the main things that you want to do, then the Navy for sure is the way to go. So now what about the other branches? The Marines, the Army, and the Air Force. Do you actually get to travel a lot in those? And honestly, it's definitely not as much as you might think, right? So a lot of people, if they're wanting to travel, you're wanting to travel the world, they're not generally thinking, oh yeah, I want to go to Afghanistan, I want to go to Iraq, I want to go, somewhere in the Middle East where all this conflict and stuff is going on right now. You're not generally thinking that you want to go somewhere like that. A lot of people want to go to Europe. A lot of people want to go to Japan or someplace in Asia, right? That's something that people might think about whenever they want to travel. You don't generally be like, oh yes, one of the places that I want to check off my bucket list is going to Afghanistan, right? That is not something that you generally think about. And if you join the Air Force, the Marines, or the Army, you're probably, more than likely, if you do get to go to another country in your first contract, it's probably going to be something like Afghanistan or Iraq right now, right? You could obviously go to some place, South Korea. That's a place where a lot of people are going right now. And that actually, from what I hear, obviously I haven't ever been there before because I have not been deployed before. For those of you who are curious or you don't know, I've said it many times before, but I haven't been deployed before. So going off of people that I know that have been to South Korea, it's actually really not that bad of a place to go. You can actually go there, do some, tourist stuff, whenever you have time off. So it's actually a pretty cool place to go. Now, as far as anything else in the main branches, you're probably not going to get to go to any cool place, right? So if you're wanting to join the military and you're only wanting to do like one contract, so you're 4 years or so, the likelihood of you going to a place that you would really enjoy going to, if you're wanting to go to this such and such country, if you're only doing your one contract in the military, whatever branch it is, excluding the Navy, you're probably not going to get to go to several different places. You might still just stay stateside and never go to any other country. You might never deploy if you do your first contract. But if you want to join the Army, for example, and you do want to travel, but you want to join the Army and stay in for, your 20 years or so and retire, the likelihood of you going to a place that you really want to go to travel is actually going to be very high. Obviously, you're going to deploy, if you're in the military for 20 years, you're going to deploy several times more than likely, and the majority of those right now are probably going to be in the Middle East. But obviously, because you've been in the military for a long time, you have way more chances to actually go to see different places, right? You might have a training exercise in this one country, you might just do all these different kinds of things. So it's going to be a highly just, luck of the draw dependent upon your scenario. Some person who's in for 20 years might go to all these crazy places. They have the certain MOS, and then another person with the same MOS who's been in for 20 years might not go to nearly as many places around the world that their, counterpart did. So traveling as a whole and going to all these cool places is really going to be kind of, for the most part, up in the air, right? I've got a friend right now and he has been to Dubai already. I think he was there for about 2 weeks or so. So that had to been really cool. I remember seeing some pictures and stuff on Instagram and whatnot, but that was really cool, right? But the likelihood of that happening in your first contract is really not that high, right? But after your first contract, if you guys didn't know, whenever you're re-enlisting and re-upping or picking duty stations and stuff, you know, the longer you're in, you're going to have all these chances to, well, not all these chances, but you're going to have a chance to basically pick a duty station, right? So if you are wanting to go to a specific duty station, you know, around the world or whatever, you can pick your top 3, right? So if you do your first contract, upon your second contract enlisting, you should be able to basically pick your top 3 places that you want to go. Now, obviously, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get one of these top 3, but I would say it's pretty likely that you're at least going to get one of them. Your number 1 choice may not be the most likely thing. You might want to pick Hawaii or something. You want to get stationed in Hawaii, maybe you put that as your first choice and you don't get it, but then you put Germany or something as your second choice, then you get stationed in Germany, you're there for 3 or 4 years. So that would be really cool. So to finish this video off, if you are just looking to do your first contract in the military and just call it quits after that, the likelihood of you being able to, you know, travel and see the whole world and stuff is not going to be that high. If you are wanting to join the military and one of your main things you want to do is travel and see the world, I highly recommend the Navy, because the Navy is where you're going to do that. As far as really any other kind of traveling, aside from picking, you know, your top 3 duty stations upon your re-enlistment or re-enlistments later in your career, the likelihood of you going to all these different places is just going to be luck, right? You're not going to have very much control over where you go in many situations in the military. So to say, oh, you're going to travel a whole lot if you join the Army is kind of a semi-false statement, right? So it's just luck of the draw. Are you going to get to go to this place? Or are you going to go to this unit who is going to have a deployment, or, you know, going to be sent over to Germany for a little while? Are you going to go to Italy? Are you going to go someplace in Europe? Are you going to go to Japan? Are you going to go to whatever destination that you think of in your head that I can't think of right now? It's really going to be up in the air. So those are my thoughts on traveling in the military. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit that like button. That would be awesome. If you want to stick around for some more of my videos, hit that subscribe button. That would be even better, guys. If you have not hit that notification bell button and you want to, I'm not telling you guys or forcing you guys to, but if you want to hit that notification bell button, that is going to make my day. If you guys are not following me on social media, my Instagram and Snapchat links are right here. If you guys did not know already, I'm doing a Q&A for 35,000 subscribers on my Instagram, so you can head over to my Instagram at WardM89. Leave a comment down below on probably my most recent post. I'm not sure. Obviously, I might post a picture today or something, which would be tomorrow for you guys. But I'm done rambling. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys later.